Listen, right now, there's something suffocating your business, choking your potential, stifling your vision. And it's not just the market or your competition. It's this ancient trap we all fall into. Doing marketing the old way, the way everyone's told us to, the way that feels safe but quietly steals your edge. You probably know it already deep down. You're hustling harder than ever, pouring hours and resources into campaigns, ads, funnels, content. But the results? They're lukewarm at best. Maybe your growth is slowing, or your brand feels more like noise than signal. And every day it gets harder to stand out without screaming louder into a void that just won't listen anymore. The problem isn't you. It's the system you're trapped in. A system built on formulas and fads, where strategy is recycled, innovation is boxed in, and everyone chases the same old metrics, the same tricks that worked 5-10 years ago. But those rules are breaking down right now. The companies that were giants yesterday, they're stumbling, bleeding loyalty, losing trust. And the newer startups? Most never escape the shadow of mediocrity or get swallowed whole by giants who figured out the game is no longer just marketing. It's philosophy. Yes, philosophy. Because what the top 1% of companies obsess over isn't just how they market, it's why they market. It's the core belief that colors every choice, every message, every connection they make. They don't just chase eyeballs or clicks. They obsess over meaning, resonance, and above all, freedom. Freedom from the old scripts. Freedom from looking like everyone else. Freedom to become something other companies wouldn't dare even imagine. Imagine this. What if your marketing wasn't just about selling products or boosting revenue for the quarter? What if it became the ultimate tool to reshape reality? To rewrite what your audience believes is possible? Because guess what? Today's world is starving for that. People aren't just buying what you sell. They're buying why you exist, the story you tell, the tribe you build. The best brands know this is the battlefield. But the rest? They're still fighting with swords when the shape of war has already changed. Right now, millions of entrepreneurs, founders, and leaders feel crushed by a relentless paradox. The world offers them freedom while handing them cages, rules, expectations, conventions that pretend to serve growth but actually serve conformity. The pressure isn't just external. It kills the raw power inside, the daring to be different, to be bold, to rewrite the narrative itself. And worse? Most don't even realize they're trapped until it's too late. But here's the truth that elite companies discovered. Those that outpace, outmaneuver, and outlast the rest. They flipped the entire narrative. They rejected marketing as a checklist or a trick and transformed it into a living, breathing philosophy anchored in radical authenticity and bold sovereignty. They don't just market to customers. They awaken allies, companions in a movement that challenges the very system that tries to hold us back. This marketing philosophy is about embracing your full, unfiltered self, not the sanitized brand version, and daring to build a network, not a mailing list. It's about creating spaces where the exceptional thrive, not just survive. The companies that live by this truth are brutally honest about their mission, unapologetically selective about their audience, and infinitely patient in playing the long game. They know that true power grows not from shouting into the noise, but from deeply connecting with the few who burn as they do. If this sounds like a revolution, it is. Because what's at stake isn't just market share. It's the very soul of your business and the impact you're destined to make. Imagine shedding the weight of mediocrity, the exhaustion of fake personas, the endless chase of algorithms, and stepping into a role where your audience doesn't just hear you, they feel you. They see themselves in your story. They trust your values because you don't hide them. And they follow, not because you asked, but because they choose to join a cause bigger than products or profits. Now, to harness this, you must first break the chains of old marketing dogma. Forget about growth hacks that don't build loyalty. Forget shallow metrics like vanity views or likes. The elite focus on building counter systems of liberation, where ideas are dangerous, where community fuels transformation, and where every message is forged to challenge, inspire, and unleash your audience's true power. They build cultures, not campaigns. Here's the secret the elite companies get right, but few talk about. They build marketing as an ecosystem of remarkable individuals, each one sovereign, critical, transformative. They design their message so it aligns with those few rare minds ready to reject comfort, to question the world, and to become more. It's not for everyone because it's intense. It's not easy because it demands brutal honesty and relentless dedication. But that's exactly why it works. You want practical steps? Start here. Stop trying to appeal to everyone. This is the biggest mistake, the biggest waste of resources. Instead, identify your rare few, those who share your fire, dissatisfaction with the status quo, and hunger for transformation. Craft your message to speak directly to them, not the masses. Use vulnerability and boldness to reveal your values. Let them see the raw edges. Show them what freedom means in your world, not what it looks like in a brochure. Next, create connections that multiply power. Stop scattering attention on social media noise. Build real environments where these few can link, collaborate, and amplify each other. Whether it's private groups, exclusive content, or offline experiences, give them a place to become more than customers. Make them collaborators, co-creators of the culture you're growing. Then, embrace patience, like your life depends on it. Because this transformation isn't overnight. The system favors impatience. The crowd wants immediate gratification. But the radical few, the true founders and leaders, know the eternal game is the one worth playing. You don't just want to hijack an algorithm or jump on a trend. You want to create movement, momentum that builds eternally, compounding trust, passion, and impact. Here's the coolest part. Mastering this philosophy rewires everything. Your audience doesn't just see a company, they see a force. They don't buy products, they buy into a vision. Loyalty isn't a tactic. It's a manifestation of shared struggle and collective elevation. In short, you stop marketing at people and start marketing with people who want to change the world with you. This approach demands courage. It requires rejecting easy comfort, dismissing false consensus, and tearing down illusions that say, this is as good as it gets. But the payoff? It's a business that isn't just surviving. It's thriving because it's alive, dynamic, and indispensable. It's a community that unlocks unseen potential because it cherishes difference instead of erasing it. And it's an unstoppable movement where every individual's radical brilliance links to become unstoppable power. You are not here to repeat the system's mistakes or drown in mediocrity. Elite companies aren't secretly better. They simply had the guts to be radically different in marketing philosophy first. They are the ones rewriting the rules, while everyone else is distracted by noise, shortcuts, and fake promises. So why stay stuck? Why continue playing by outdated rules that silently kill your fire? Here's a challenge to take seriously. Tear up your old marketing playbook. Question every assumption. Who are you really talking to? What beliefs does your message spark? What freedom do you offer that no one else dares to promise? Stop chasing followers. Start cultivating allies. Stop selling products. Start awakening movements. Because the truth nobody tells new founders, leaders, and visionaries is this: greatness doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from unapologetically standing out, boldly leading, and fiercely connecting with those who refuse to settle. The companies that obsess over this marketing philosophy don't just survive, they change everything. So, what's it going to be? Staying with the crowd, or breaking with the few who dare to make the future? Because inside you, inside your business, there's a spark, a fire waiting to burn down every system that says you can only be average. It's time to fan that flame with the marketing philosophy that the elite aren't just using, they're living it. And once you do, the world doesn't have a choice but to pay attention. Don't waste another second pretending the old rules work. The new game is here. It's bigger than tactics. It's a philosophy. It's freedom. And it waits for those brave enough to obsess over it and turn their businesses into movements that can't be stopped. If you're still watching this, it means you're not by accident. You feel the pull. You hear the call. Don't walk away. Lean in. Become more than a marketer. Become a force to be reckoned with. Because the elite companies, they're waiting for you to join the few who refuse to settle. The world is ready to follow. Will you lead?